Still. So, my friends, Upanishad, Up, first syllable. The first syllable means sitting nearby, bringing nearby. If you are a seeker, that you go nearby the teacher, that begins the teaching. So there is another word which is known as ni. Ni means commitment. Commitment. Huh? It means commitment. So when you have that commitment, commitment to yourself, to change, commitment to the teacher, commitment to the knowledge. So when you have all the three commitment, why? So third syllable shad. Shad means what? First is to loosen the ignorance. What you do, you lose the ignorance, you lose your suffering, all kinds of suffering, physical, mental, emotional, family. Why? Because the teaching of the Upanishad aims at removing suffering and sorrow. So that is the first meaning of the last syllable, shad. Second meaning, to destroy the suffering. Loosen the knots first. Second is to destroy the suffering. And third meaning is to reach to the ultimate reality. Ultimate reality. So now see that 99% of the people are busy. What is their ultimate really? Eat, drink, and be merry. All kinds of pleasure. So they have taken for granted that this is what their life is. So why should you learn Upanishad? There is no way. Comparing with them, I have to remove that mindset before I start learning the Upanishad. Otherwise, there is no way. I want to know my ultimate reality. Who am I? Why I am suffering? Why I feel limitedness? Why I feel funky? Our dear friend Christina. So you see, why I feel like this? Why I enter into anxiety and the stress in my relationship? I should I should get rid of all this. So once if you have that urge in you, then only you start learning Upanishad. Otherwise, it's an intellectual learning. We learn, we prepare a note when after a few days we don't know where the notes are. That is not the Upanishad. So that is why we say to start learning the Upanishad. Upanishad is you can say, a body of knowledge. What it teaches? Knowledge of the reality. Where is the reality? Deep inside my heart. What it is? It is real self. It is Satchidananda, absolute existence, consciousness, bliss. So, like this, we have just studied Yog Kundalini Upanishad. So, that is an active meditation. So, we have many other Upanishad which teaches you about karma, karma yoga. Karma yoga is also known as yoga by the intellect. Inside and outside, you perform karma. Now, see the three stages in our life. We grow up, we have lot of younger generation. Now, if we no longer become younger, means I have become mature. What is the meaning of maturity? that now I see all the pleasures outside has nothing to do. It does not give me the permanent happiness. But why I engage myself into pleasures? Because I want to earn wealth, I want to have all kinds of pleasures. So I have to engage myself in different activities. I should always be busy running, running, and running. So when I realize that this running is not helping me, first step of understanding that I'm not running, let me reorganize myself. My life is now highly organized. I have every agenda set for every day, 24 hours. My mind is relatively calm. So, a lot of distractions have gone. Internet is smiling. So, which state you belong to?
That's called retirement.
I like it. I wanted to use that word. When your mind retires from reaction and anxiety and awfully busy, it is organized, then only the study of the Upanishad starts. Whether it can happen in 20 years or it does not happen even if you are 90 years. I don't want to retire. So where are you going? Same pleasure, same thing, running after everything, and still I'm not in peace. I did not understand my life. I did not understand the journey. So, if you say that is retirement, that is not retirement, then yoga is not for you. Did you get it, Internet? The, we have a clarity. So that karma, I'm active, active, active all the time, and I'm overactive. Then what happens? I disturb my sleep. I live in constant fatigue. I invite lot of psychosomatic disorders. If that is not retirement, live your life the way you want to live. Upanishad is not for you. So, first thing, you learn how to keep your mind in calm and peace and relaxed and still you are discharging your duties of your personal, professional, and social life. Now, the karma yoga is become a play for you. Second part, so after doing the karma, now you are realized, now you want to know something more. I have I have been doing earning wealth, I have been engaged in physical pleasure, I have been discharging the duties in the social life, everything is organized. Then I see no, still I have to focus my mind. So second stage of the entire journey of the Upanishad, it says upasana. Upasana means that allow my mind to 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 meditate on a particular form of a god or image or a mantra, so that I learn what it means by focus. So the first stage purifies my mind, second stage focus my mind. Purification and the focus are both with me. Then begins the teaching of the Upanishads. Then only I can learn what knowledge is hidden. Why to learn that knowledge? To remove the ignorance. The entire journey of Eastern wisdom is nothing but removing the no, ignorance from our life. That is the fundamental principle. That is how we have to take our journey. Yoga does not reject that you should not earn money. Yoga does not say that you should remain celibate, single. When you live single, you remain lonely, you become lonely. Then the loneliness disturbs you. Then you marry, then there is a problem. So I have to understand the entire journey. So you see that knowledge, it gives you the right knowledge. Come on. So you see three stages. The karma, second is known as upasana, means to focus your mind. First is to purify the mind by discharging the karma. Then comes the Upanishad teaching. So we have more than 80,000, you can say 80,000 verses for teaching karma yoga, which is easily available. You might be doing as a teacher, okay, I will give you the mantra and practice this. So knowledge is 1%, mantra is 99%. See that? So you have 16,000 or 20,000 verses on upasana to make the mind focused. What about the Upanishad knowledge? You have only 4,000 mantras, and out of 4,000 verses or mantras, hardly you may say, if you understand even 500 mantras clearly, the life changes. That is the teaching of the Upanishads. Did you understand? So these 4,000 verses are in Upanishads, Gita, and Sutra. They are present in the wisdom, the body of the knowledge. There are some sutras, not only Yoga Sutra. There are many sutras. There is not only one Gita. We have more than 10 Gita. Ashtavakra Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Ram Gita, Uddhav Gita, and Lord, Guru Gita. Yeah, there is a Guru Gita also. So, Upanishads, we have 365 Upanishads, 108 Upanishads, and out of 108 Upanishads, Shankaracharya, the one of the greatest masters in the 7th centuries, he says that here are the 10 principal Upanishads. But it does not mean if I am not qualified, I cannot understand. I cannot understand the other Upanishads. So I have to start with the one we studied, Amrit Bindu Upanishad, all about the mind. Yog Kundalini Upanishad is another. Yog Tattva Upanishad. So like this, there are many other Upanishads. So 4,000 verses. If I dedicate myself, the entire life changes. It's a journey to the transformation. Yes, Kate.
Girish, can you tell us the 10 Upanishads that Shankara said these are the ones you need to know, or can you write them for us?
Please? 10 principal Upanishads. 10 principal Upanishads, but before learning, even though I write it down, but you should know the name, but it is better. It is better to learn. It is better to go through the different simple Upanishads first. Yeah, I will give you the
We'll
name
create
of
a
those.
500 hour.
What did you say?
I said we'll create a 500 hour teacher training. We'll get them all.
Yes, I wonder even if Ishavasyo Upanishad, Keno Upanishad, Katho, Prishno, something I'm remembering. So why should I remember? I should finish it easily with these 10 Upanishads. Ishavasyo, Keno Upanishad, Katho Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Tatriya Upanishad, Raya Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka. These Upanishads contain the wisdom, and this wisdom is so deeply hidden in every verse that our masters have written commentaries on them. And then there are sub-commentaries. Then there are critical commentaries. So you start then from the critical commentaries, then the basic test that we have done one part, which is known as Tattva Bodha. So we have around 20 texts like Tattva Bodha, which gives you their topical text. Why they are known as topical texts like Tattva Bodha? That explains the basic terms. Basic. What are the words that we use to treat the path? Then there is a Atma Bodha. There is another basic topical text that Atma Bodha. Atma Bodha talks about concept. What are the concepts used? You see that? Concepts used. And then there are very deeper understanding. It's all about knowledge. Now, when we talk of Upanishad, we say no practice. It is all in understanding. It is all in knowledge, knowledge of reality. What? The goal of the knowledge of that reality to bring an end to the suffering. So, like this, we have hundreds of these texts based on the level of the seeker. The teacher starts making you understand. Making you understand. So once you understand this, then you can start the journey of learning the Upanishads. But this is one explanation of details of learning how we learn the Upanishads and treat the path. But on the other side, the Upanishad says before learning Upanishads, sadhan chatushtaya. It says sadhan chatushtaya that I covered in Tattva Bodha. Means fourfold practices, 9 primary practices. And this asana, pranayam, mantra, etc., they come under the category of secondary practices, which we consider primary practice. Now see the wrong notion. What happens to your delusion? Your mind enters into a delusion. Oh, asana. I have done 15 asana. So if I practice 30 asana, it becomes advanced. If I practice 100 asana, that becomes the supreme. I have reached to the pinnacle of yoga. It is delusion. They are secondary group of practices. They prepare you to study Upanishads. But we say this is everything for me. Whether it is asana or pranayama or pratyahara. Do you see the problem with our teachers here and also in India? We do not understand the philosophy. We do not understand the principle. We have nothing to say. So what is left? 15 asanas, only half an hour. Add another 10 asanas. I tell you the fact. This is the naked fact. I have
With a
experience.
goat. With a goat.
With a goat. And also we have dog yoga, we have goat yoga, we have styles of yoga. We are missing everything. You see that? So it has nothing to sadhan chatushtaya. So sadhan chatushtaya prepares my mind completely. So how it prepares the mind? It prepares the mind with a discernment. What I'm looking for, real self. Then what is not self? I am very clear. So that prevents the mind to run after the pleasures. 90 years, no retirement. Mind is the same. What kind of a life you are living? So we have a positive retirement. Do you see that, Antoinette? So now coming, let me pick up a couple of simple principles so that now see, when you are a seeker, you have read it, you have understood it, you have practiced lot of asana, pranayama, pratyahara. Now you have realized, well, I need to practice couple of asanas that helps me to sit comfortably for an hour or so, or more than an hour. Asana is done. You have regulated your breath, which has created a state of calmness and focus in your mind. The pranayama is done. You are performing your duty. You are not retired and turn it again. You are performing your duty outside. That I'm going to talk about it. Now your mind is relatively free. That mind is relatively free. Intellect is pure, so that the knowledge can easily be digested, assimilated. Then the real journey of the Upanishad begins. So, what the Upanishad says, knowledge alone can remove your ignorance and suffering. No practice will do. Why? The higher yoga means knowledge can alone remove the ignorance. No practice can remove. Now find out the secret behind it. So that, what is the secret behind it? That mindfulness or meditation is not a practice. It is a state of awareness. So normally if you say, if you have not studied anything, if you are not following the path of the journey of real yoga, then you say, oh, meditation is not a practice. It is an effortless naturalness. So remain natural. But your life is totally unnatural. How can you remain natural? So you see the point of it makes you understand at every step. So if I'm living an unnatural life, I have a lot of challenges, I constantly react, I have to do a practice. Now mind is focused, intellect is pure. Now are you ready to listen to the knowledge to remove the ignorance? Yes. Now this mindfulness or meditation is a non-practice. It is an effortless. Then you live in meditation 24/7. Clear? Understood. So now I gave you a brief outlay what happens in the... There is a book I covered very briefly at a glance last year with the group on Monday and Thursdays you have attended. So the book is known as Sadhana Panchakam. It contains 40 instructions. Sadhana Panchakam. It contains 40 steps. I'm finalizing the book. It will take another 2 or 3 months. I understood you guys, it's an Americanized edition. So I said, I have to explain the principles without deviating from it. So while giving private lessons, this is my 6th hour today in the morning. I started at 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9:15 to 10:15, and then now the last session today. So this Sadhana Panchakam, I just want to give you a brief. I have already explained the main concept of the Upanishad before, but now you will understand in these 40 steps. 40 steps. So the first 4 steps. It is from the book Sadhana Panchakam. What is the first step? Upanishad says study. What to study? What is real self and what is not real self? Be 100% clear. Second step, now you have understood what is real self, and I see what is not real self, the outer world of relationship, of people, of the things. Again, I'm pointing to Antoinette when she referred to me retirement. So the real retirement comes when you know how to perform your action. in your family life, in your social life, in your professional life. Even if you are 20 years of age, you have already taken a retirement inside. So we have to learn that principle, that how it takes place. How, even at the young age, I stop running after the things. My mind remains calm. I am busy even for 10 hours. How to learn that principle? That I give obviously in detail. Every step explains in detail principles followed by the practice. Now, see the third step, know how to identify with the existence and dedicate all action to quieten the mind. You are more active than a person who is active but still running in anxiety, duality, and a conflict. But you are now so called, I won't say hyperactive, you know how to lead an active life with the peace inside. You tune yourself with the existence. Yeah, you see that you have started learning that how you want to discover the real self. The fourth step I picked up when Christina asked the question. I brought it from there. Separate binding desire from the unbinding desire. I teach for myself. I teach for the sake of enjoying. I teach for the sake of the joy. You will be tired. I will never be tired. Talking, talking, and talking. I can continue gossiping for hours. It doesn't make me tired. Every hour I teach, I feel 50% energy has increased. 2 hours, more energy. How to learn that secret? Fourth step. All the teachings of the Upanishad. Now see the another fourth step. So it helps you, the next fourth step helps you to how to balance your personal, professional, and family life. What a beauty. We don't say that you have to leave everything of the world. What is that? Educate the mind to drop and dissolve strong likes and dislikes to awaken to equanimity and calmness of the mind. Do you see that? Now you are dropping that likes, strong likes and dislikes. Come on. If you have a strong likes and dislikes, that causes an attachment and detachment, that makes your life hell. You constantly react, you fight, you have problems of passion, infatuation, or reaction, or anger. See that? Sixth step. Know the inherent defects of the pleasure to purify the mind for a higher journey. What a beautiful topic. Antoinette, you don't retire. You know what are the inherent defects of pleasure. So when you realize those defects of the pleasure, your mind remains calm, cool, relaxed. Do you think that the relaxation, calmness, and peace is the property of the old people, retired people? Ask yourself. You see, Antoinette, it's a beauty of the journey of these Upanishads. It helps you to understand every aspect of your life. That is the beauty. Now, seventh step, learn how to seek the higher self with a commitment and regular practice. So here in Upanishad, we learn what exactly is commitment, what exactly is the regular practice. So when you learn what is commitment, you are always committed. What? If you are If you are a wife, you are committed to your husband. Simple. You are teaching something, you are committed as a teacher. You are committed as a son, you are committed as a daughter. You see, the clarity comes in your life. Learn how to drop the delusion and discover real home. So the eighth step tells you what is your real home and what is the false home. I was living in a humble home long back in 81, 82 in India. Then I went to Indonesia as a diplomat. I was given such a big home. I normally don't tell, but it's a video, but I just throw a line. Normally, diplomats of every country, all the countries, irrespective of the country, they are highly paid for doing nothing. I was highly paid for giving only 4 classes every week. That was my job. And that happens to every diplomat of every country. So you understand what is that? Learn eighth step. You understand the real home. So that is not your real home. I changed and that I got a beautiful home, royal home, attached with the 2 maid home. Then I was thrown back after every 3 to 4 years. You are thrown back to the same stuff. Then I was rented home in US. Then I bought a home in New Jersey. I got rid of it. Now I have no home. I am homeless and very happy. So what the master is saying, the real home is inside your body. How to discover that? By different principles. The step number 8. I thought better to tell you. So, all these principles comes from the wisdom. So you have done 8 steps, completed. You all are great seekers. You see how fast we cover? The 9th step is ninth step is association with the master. So once you start living a life, you are going to the teacher not very regularly. You go there, you learn something, you apply that principle in your daily, personal, professional, and social life. You come back. Now, more or less, you are settled. You are not reactive. You don't go into anxiety. According to internet, you are living a retired life. No, you are living a very active life in calm and peace and creativity. You have enough time for everything. So that's why you are not busy. Now you have enough time. Now you learned how to induce sleep in 4 to 5 hours. So you have enough 2 hours in the morning before you take up your professional life. So how to use that time, the 9th step. Now you start living with the master. Means you spend more time with the master. That is what the step number 9. Step number 10. Now see the step number 10. Now you learn clearly, deeply, what is discernment, what is dispassion, and how to apply that discernment and dispassion in day-to-day life. Day-to-day life. So what happens? You're applying discernment. Before learning these principles and steps, you used to get anxiety, you used to get annoyed, you used to react, and now all reaction has stopped. You have learned the art. You have a smile every time on your face. Every step is deeply explained. It contains the sub-principles. I'm just giving an outline. so that we can complete all the Upanishad just only in 1 hour. Normally, even our great masters took years. We are greater than our masters, so who cares? So we can learn it very fast. Here comes my friend. We are greater than our masters who taught us the Upanishad. That is what we are learning, Lara. So now, you have done it. You have picked up. So I'm just explaining. The 40 steps, we did it last year, but very briefly. Now see the 10th step. Integrate love, knowledge, and action by discernment. And then you learn the 6 treasures deeply. What are the 6 treasures? Calmness. You get even annoyed for a second, and next moment you slip into calmness. Is that retirement, Antoinette? That is what is. The life is. See that? So you learn those 6 treasures, and the 12th step tells us 12th step is very deep. Learn how mind enters into delusion, projection, perversion, and remove them from the mind. And if you learn that, what will happen to your life? Think of it. You're not upset. You continue your journey. You live your life in peace and happiness. Do you see the point? We are going deeper and deeper. So again comes, then you learn how to commit your entire life for the journey of the self-discovery without dropping any activity outside. Every activity is highly organized. See that? Yeah? Do you see that? So 15 steps. Deepen the journey of self-discovery by commitment, sincerity, and devotion. Replace now, after the 13th step, we go deeply and understand what is this egoistic life. What is ripe ego that helps me to evolve? What is unripe ego that causes the problem in my life? Now you separate the two. So not only you separate in your head, now you live your life with the ripe ego. So if you have not understood the first 14 steps, you will not be able to learn what is higher meditation on the Supreme Self, how to meditate on real self. Not possible. Do whatever you want to do. You will learn the literature and you will say, but according to the teachings of the Upanishads, we do not understand. Clear? I took an about turn, instead of talking of the main principles from the Upanishad. It is better if we understand these 40 steps, and someday, maybe in your life, when you are free, when you retire, when you have a time, then start learning the Upanishad. Huh? So you see that you have learned the 15 steps. And if you have applied the 15 steps in your daily life, what happens? What happens? The life is highly organized. As if you have started living above the society. Above the society. So when you start living above the society means, does the society and the world causes you any problem? No, you discover opportunity in every step. You see that? You actually become a seeker. I've been talking a lot about it. Yeah? So now you have become a seeker. What the Upanishad says, the main teaching of the Upanishad, Now the knowledge practice begins. Do you see that? By 15 steps, you are a seeker, and that seeker, everything is settled. The moment the teacher appears before him, he or she is ready. Total commitment. You need not to say about it. In that state, you start the first thing that is known as Shravanam. What is Shravanam? Shravanam means listening. Next 5 steps. Let us do next 5 steps you begin with. Journey of the seeker starts now. From this is, what is that? Learn the principles of Eastern wisdom. Take one example. Brandy, do you know Lara? Do you know real self? No. So what is preventing me to know real self? I use the name, 2 names. I knew one name is Lara, other name is real self. So listening to the teacher constantly again and again removes that, what blocks you to know the real self. That is one way, briefly I explained, is the Shravanam. And I used to talk about it. I don't know, let me know it. Huh? You don't know Lara, let me introduce you. Now you know Lara. Same way. For that I have to be a seeker. I don't know real self, let me tell you. But for that you have to be ready. Once you have completed the 16th step, then comes the 17th. How to think. Now it will be a longer one, so I'm restricting myself. It's a beautiful in one of the topical text, but I'm controlling myself. So second step is contemplation, reflection. I think about it, I reflect on it, so that the second step, I do not understand, I remove all the doubts. Second step, I said, I don't understand, let me understand by thinking, by contemplation, by reflection. That is the step number 17. Step number 18, know how to take refuge in the truth. How to take refuge in the truth. What a beautiful step. When I take a refuge in the truth, there is no problem. Buddham sharanam gacchami. Take refuge in Buddha. Sangham sharanam gacchami. Take refuge in the collective consciousness. Sangham sharanam gacchami. Buddha. The first teaching starts from there. So now we don't say that you take refuge in the teacher or this teacher or that image. No. Take refuge in the real self, where it is located inside you. So we learn that art and the practice. Because the mind is yet to live into that state. Hence the step number 19. What you are doing? I learned about Upanishad from the beard. Oh, that beard guy is a crazy guy. Don't go there. Now what will happen? Your mind creates a disbelief. Did I teach anything wrong? No. But still the mind creates a disbelief. Oh, I heard that. Oh, okay. I believe instantly what is negative. I don't believe what is positive. So the step number 19 says avoid contradictory and irrational argument until you reach to that step. Oh, you have an anxiety. You have these symptoms. Oh, you are a gone case. Come on, don't believe this. Don't go there. Don't talk to those guys. Keep a distance. You see? You have to live a life of your awareness. The person is saying, oh, you are a gone case, and then you sit in your house, closing your door. No chance. You see, I have to keep a distance. You see that advice by these teachers. Until you become perfect, follow the discerning understanding of the Eastern wisdom. Return with the Eastern wisdom the moment anyone makes a contradictory and irrational argument. Do you see that? How can you learn otherwise? How can you continue to treat the path? Look at the advice, the wisdom. So 2 steps are done. After 15 step, the real journey starts. I told you. I don't know, let me know it. That is the first step. After 15 steps. Second step, I do not understand, let me understand it. So that 17th step, and the 17th step is complemented by the 3 more steps. Know how to take refuge in the truth, avoid contradictory and irrational arguments, follow the discerning principles. So we understand a lot of steps there. Then what happens? The third step comes. What is the third step? I do not experience, let me practice and experience. That is what I have been saying again and again. So now that is the beginning. Then you understand what is the basic fundamental secret of meditation. I have not yet talked about that. Oh, you didn't talk about it. What you do every week. Okay. You see, you really understand the soul of meditation in these 4 steps. Work on the mind to get absorbed in real self, in thought. In thought, you absorb. So the moment you say real self, you are already absorbed. The moment you say Brandy, yes, I'm Brandy. Lara, I am Lara. I am real self. Now understand and drop pride to discover. So what causes the problem in the meditation? The pride. I know. Kundalini meditation, I know. Transcendental meditation, I know. Mindfulness, I know. What you don't know? Why I become upset? That I don't know. So no, that pride must drop. Do you see? I just give simple examples to make you understand. It takes some time, not a lot of time. So then we understand clearly what exactly is the delusion. Learn in the step number 24, learn and know why and how to drop the tendency to argue with the wise men. There is no wise men and women here, so no worries. But question is, we take every man is wise, every person is wise, so I have to avoid. But it does not mean that I should leave it. I should ask the right question pertaining to my journey. You see that? Again, you see, in order to succeed, that takes a long time to change our hard-earned habits. That causes the problem. Yeah? Hard-earned bad habits. There's the hard-earned good habits also are there. Now, see, the next 4 steps is all about voluntary austerity. Austerity that is voluntarily applied in our life to reach to the higher and higher state. Voluntary. Then the next 4 step is all about involuntary austerity. So voluntary austerity, involuntary austerity. Voluntary and involuntary, you know that, So there are 4 steps pertaining to that. 32 steps done. We understood in Patanjali Yoga Sampragyat Samadhi. Huh? Sampragyat Samadhi, meditation with an object. Huh? I explained there are 4 different stages of Samadhi in the Sampragyat. So in the 34 and the 33 and the 34th step, you understand what exactly is the higher meditation. And in the 35 and the 36th step, you understand what is the highest meditation. Right? You understood now the highest meditation. Why you understand? You are already there. Huh? So we all are already there in the highest meditation. So then what we should do? Huh? We have done the highest meditation. We reached there by 34 step. What should we, 35 and 36 step? What should we do now? The Upanishad says there are a lot of things to do. It is not that I have $1 million and that keep lying in the bank, and the next day I died. Everything is gone. No. So in the next 4 steps, what we do, worth understand, effect of the sanchit karma. Those karma I have accumulated, I will dissolve that karma. 1. Second, future karma, I have to remove it by wisdom. Then I experience and exhaust the prarabdha karma. What is prarabdha karma? You are awakened. Think of it. You are already awakened, but still, the past karma is present in the body and the mind. Good or bad, you exhaust all these karmas after awakening. 40th step, you awaken and realize your true nature. Everything is finished. We all are awakened. Why? We have completed 40 steps. You see, every step has a proper understanding. You understand that step and you apply. Am I there or not? Oh, I am there. I missed it. Let me do it. So, do you leave everything? No. The master is saying, continue to live your life the way you are living outside. When you are bringing a change from inside, you will see the quality of your life changes. It is not only about meditation. With love and care, I'm still using the word. You were not there, Lara. The internet word said, it is for retired life. And I remember one of the most wonderful things my master used to say. Before your workplace retire you, you retire yourself. Do you see the meaning? In 2005, working with the federal government, so it has been enough working with the government, you already know.